What's up everybody and welcome back to another video. Just kidding, this isn't my video.
Hello everybody and welcome back to another video. Today we are once again back at Reptilia. I've shown you Reptilia before, but today we are showing you a much cooler version. Today we are doing the VIPer, the Viper tour right here at Reptilia. We're gonna feed some gators, we're gonna check out Stanley, the Asian water monitor, we're gonna check out Tank, the Sulcata tortoise, and a lot of other cool species. So make sure you stick around, this is gonna be an incredible video.
Hi, welcome to Reptilia. On this side here, we'll see that half of these exhibits have doors that open into the public and the other half have doors that open into this area right here in the corridor. Oh. So for these ones, every single morning zookeepers arrive 2 hours before the zoo opens. We'll bring out hoses, shot packs, some pumps, and we'll check their temperatures, imitate rainfall, clean up any poop, any food, things like that, and change out their waters before anyone gets here. That way the animals have time to go out for walks if they want to. We'll find the Nile monitor on the ground, maybe even the anacondas from time to time. First come, first serve, whoever wants to come out can. And then once we have all of this serviced and it's getting close to 10 a.m., everything goes back into the corridor, people start walking through. So that's when we start taking care of the guys that are inside the corridor, and we're gonna open up some of those doors to say hi. Cool. There we go. All right. Wow. Yeah. So we can see that each of them has their own separate label there. And we do have a leveling system to, So level 1 here for a blanding turtle is letting us know that they're not really dangerous. If Mr. Pickles here were to give me a little chomp, it's probably gonna be a pinch, but I'm not really gonna need any extra help from anyone. Once you get to level 2, that's like the boa constrictors, the savanna monitors. Their bites are gonna hurt a little bit more. You might want a little bit of help. And level 3 and 4 is when you start to getting into possible injuries, hospital visits, things like that. With the leveling system, that also means it comes with different combinations for locks. So that way nobody's ever getting confused, opening up the wrong door when they're tired, things like that. There are locks or doors in this corridor that I don't have the combo to because I'm not trained on them. So that's for my safety as well as the safety of everyone else involved. Yeah. There's a lot of, when you're working with animals, you want to make sure that you're not only respecting their capabilities, but you're also ensuring human safety. So that's another way to make sure that we're ensuring both there. Look, let's see Mr. Pickles. Have you ever met any native species before? No? Okay. So Mr. Pickles here is usually a fan favorite with kids. He is a smaller animal species that kids meet for behind the scenes and just generally go wild for when he's swimming in the water. He is a native species here. So we have 8 different species found in Ontario. The blandings, the wood turtle, we'll have the map turtle, the painted turtle. I'm gonna get confused, the common snapping turtle. A ton of different ones. Now blandings are pretty popular for people to actually recognize because of that really yellow throat. And they do get about twice the size of Mr. Pickles. Really? Yeah.
They're endangered, right?
Yeah, they are a protected species. Wetlands here in Ontario have decreased by a significant amount over the years. So that means where they're found has gotten physically smaller and they have a lot of conflict with cars. So there's a lot of bumper stickers now as an education program that will say we break for turtles or I break for turtles. That way people know to keep an eye out for them on the road. A lot of the time they're actually trying to lay their eggs there. So we have no idea how old he is. He could be, 20. He could be 10. We have no idea. That's because he's actually an MNR confiscation. So Ministry of Natural Resources. Yeah. They'll get involved with any illegal native species being kept as a pet. And what happens is they cannot be released into the wild once they've been confiscated. So we're licensed to have these native species and oftentimes they will come here. Cool. It does unfortunately mean we do not have a lot of information about him. Yep. He could be stunted because he wasn't being fed the right nutrients. It could be genetics. He's small because his parents were small. Either way, we're gonna love him a lot and hopefully we have him here for many more years to come. Hi, Mr. Pickles. There we go. So He's really good for kids to see because he's pretty tiny. He's a little shy right now. Once he thinks we have food though, he's going to get very brave. He's gonna wander around. You can pet him right on his shell too.
Oh.
And the way I teach kids to hold a turtle, like Mr. Pickles, is like a sandwich.
I like his
So one
lipstick.
hand on either side. Yeah, that's definitely a good trait of him. He's not a snapping turtle, and we can tell because his head is all the way in his shell. Versus a snapping turtle, their shell's too small for that. So nature's trade-off is that powerful beak with that long neck. Versus Mr. Pickles here, he's able to tuck in to feel nice and safe. If you want, you can try holding him just on either side there. Yeah.
Hey, man.
Remember me?
Hi, buddy. Are you gonna come out? Now, he is distantly related to the Komodo dragon.
Cool.
So with these guys, they're kind of like cousins to them. He often gets mistaken for it. All right, you ready? I'm just gonna move him to the side there so it's a little bit easier for me to lift him up from the ground.
Yep.
There you go. Oh, you're gonna take the log with you? There we go. You're gonna sit right there. And I'm gonna climb to the side of you, buddy. This is his driver's license. So when he turned 16, he was old enough to drive a car. So now he has a Reptilia issued license. And he did drive his first car. And he got a ticket the first day by Durham Regional Police. Now his brother also lives in Vaughan. So they're the same age. They both had their 16th birthday on the same day.
Did he get a driver's license too?
I'm not sure if they made his driver's license as well. I think so. There we go. Gotta get a good grip.
It's like a
There we
giant
go.
baby.
Like a big toddler.
Yeah.
Perfect. That was a trust fall, Stanley. Now he weighs about the same amount as a toddler.
Yep. I can see that.
Yeah, and you can pet him right here.
Hello.
He's gonna be a little toasty. He was under his basking light.
Ooh.
And just like a snake, he is sticking out his tongue to smell the air. So that big, long forked tongue like you saw with Smog, like you saw with him.
Yeah.
He's doing that to just kind of figure out what's going on around him.
You probably don't want to lick my boots.
An awesome demeanor in terms of behavior. But these guys do pack a powerful bite if they want to as well. They are carnivores, so they're going to be eating tons of different kinds of meat. Fish, small mammals, pretty much anything they can get their mouth around, they're going to try and eat. Now, not every Asian water monitor is going to act like this. Stanley is different in terms of personality than his brother Friday.
Okay.
We absolutely adore him though, just for his personality.
Yep.
Something I will warn you for where you're sitting is if he lifts up his tail, just move a little bit, because sometimes he does decide to poop when he comes out. Just like a dog going for a walk, he takes it as time to go to the bathroom. Right, buddy? You'll get the authentic experience if he does that though.
Exactly.
Oh.
Where are you going?
Hey, dude.
Now, private keepers have been able to keep these guys, alive into their 20s.
Wow.
It's a little bit less common. These guys can average out around 12 to 15 years.
Okay.
So, one, it was a super big deal for him to turn 16 for us because he's getting up there for sure.
He is a senior.
Yeah. And then he is considered a senior at this point. So he's a little bit slower, but he's doing great. Come on, buddy. Are you gonna come out? There you go. Come on, buddy. Are you coming? I've got snackies. That's your lock, but I won't give you that. Okay. There you go. You coming? He reminds me of a toddler in every way. Not only with his preference for food, it changes day by day, but with his cleanliness. He leaves a lot of leftovers on the ground. He has a very big appetite, for sure.
Here, you can start with this chunk.
Are you gonna eat it?
It's okay to be food shy.
There we go.
He crunched it.
Oh, that's a burp. Excuse you. So he does go after the leaves a lot on the celery.
Ah, you're a leafy boy. Okay, wait. Okay, fine. I'll give you a leafy one. Just kidding. That's on the inside. You can eat that piece. His nose is so cute.
That's okay.
We'll come back to that one. I love him.
I love the noise he makes while he's chewing. And still to this day, my favorite question is, can he bite his own tongue? And it took me forever to come up with the answer because his tongue can stick out of his mouth. So in theory, yes.
Has he ever done it?
I don't think so, no. Not that I've seen.
Probably too smart.
I think he knows it would hurt a lot. Wish I knew that.
You like
Yeah.
chomping away. Do you even chew it? Oh, wait. Wait, you're poking yourself.
Now, yesterday he had a very big salad as well.
Yes.
And that's when we'll also put the supplement on to make sure he's getting all the nutrients he needs. The celery here is a fun little treat for him. You want to get stuff on the ground
eat
now?
the floor chunks.
He was also surrendered to us at a pretty young age, so he's done a lot of growing here.
Wow.
How big do they get?
These guys can get to be about 250 pounds. So he could definitely get a little bit bigger.
And that's why you're called Tank?
Yeah. He definitely grew into his name. When these guys hatch, they can be about this big. So looking at one scoot on his shell here, that big. He can fit right on his own head when they hatch. They're so small.
So obviously sulcatas are available in the pet trade. Do you recommend them as pets?
These guys, especially in Canada, it's very hard to house them. They are going to eat you out of house and home. They have massive appetites. They are going to get so big, they're going to move around your furniture, and it's virtually impossible to make a habitat that's going to work for them in any average person's house. And they can do a lot of damage. In the States, when people are able to keep them outside year-round, they've been known to bury down and actually crack foundations. They'll go through walls. They can be really, really destructive because anything they think they can go through, they'll try and push through. Now, they also can live to be over 100 years old. So they're one where if you get them, you are going to have them for your entire life. And then sometime afterwards, someone else is also going to have them. So they've definitely saturated the pet trade. They breed very readily. They live very long. A lot of them are looking for homes. They're not really one that I would recommend as a pet.
I agree.
Is he awesome to see? Absolutely. But definitely one where if you're trying to keep him at home, they're definitely not going to be like a dog or a cat.
I mean, just looking at the size of where he lives in here.
And he still will also go for walks throughout the entire zoo. We'll have Tank walks where he'll walk around the zoo. Kids are able to pet him. In the morning when we're closed, if he's the guy that wants to come on out for a walk, he'll go all the way up to the gift shop and look around like he's a guest.
Is he speedy?
When he wants to be, he can be pretty determined. When he saw the Christmas tree up at the front last year, we had to make some deterrents so he didn't try and eat it. And in the summertime, he's awesome for bringing outside, so our camp kids can actually give him a little car wash. He'll do a little turtle car wash with him. So he'll get his shell scrubbed, he'll get hosed down, and he's sitting outside in the sun loving it, and the kids think it's the best time ever because they're washing a big dinosaur.
That's so cool. Are you best friends? No, it's just because I have celery. I just pick it up?
Yeah.
And I put it over the thing?
Yeah, he's ready. There you go.
Wow.
I think he got it. If he didn't, one of the gars will.
I think it did.
I think he got it.
Okay, my last one.
Okay.
Wow, I would just do this all day.
So would he?
I would end up with fat boys.
Yeah, there you go.
Oh. Oh, sorry, you dropped it.
And then you want to... Yep.
That was wicked.
And he's ready.
Yeah.
How do I release the lever? There we go.
Yeah.
Did it get stuck again?
There we go. That's so cool.
Sarah.
It's so cool that they come to the names.
Sarah, come. He's coming. Yeah. There you go.
No, turn this way. Come here.
Yeah.
Monsters.
So they know they can learn commands. Very similar to how your dog learns commands. It's the same as with your dog. It's up to them when they listen to them.
Right, right. That makes
So
sense.
Sarah is very food motivated.
And this one's
So
Sarah?
this is Sarah.
Cool.
So he picks up on things very quickly when we're trying to teach him a new behavior. She knows them, but is very stubborn.
Cool, makes sense.
Yeah.
And how often do you feed them like drumsticks, or like how do you keep them full? Like they're big animals, I assume they eat a lot.
So they have a very slow metabolism, and it's also very easy to overfeed crocodilians. Cool. They eat roughly about that size meal per week.
Wow.
Any more than that, and it's possible for them to get pretty overweight from it. But we're always monitoring. These guys are a little bit too big for us to actually pull out and
weigh them,
put on a scale and weigh. But we're always looking at like their body condition and adjusting their food as we see fit and our vet sees fit. We swap between giving them, we have like a standard size meal, which is that 3 to 5 drumsticks, depending on like how big the drumsticks are.
Cool.
And then occasionally we'll do really small meals as well. Well, then we'll do really large meals. So it depends.
Variety is key, absolutely. Yeah, that's cool. And now these guys came, I know Ashley was saying a lot of your animals here are rescues. Were these guys rescues as well?
Yeah, these guys were actually seized at the border.
Wow.
They were being smuggled into the country in the lining of someone's jacket.
Oh,
and they started chirping as babies, and they were discovered that way. And then we took in, I think 5 or 6 of the alligators in Reptilia's collection at one point were from this grouping.
As babies?
Yes.
So how old roughly are these guys?
About 20.
Wow, okay, cool.
Yeah.
Very cool. we're here with Ashley from Reptilia, and we're gonna ask you a couple questions about Reptilia itself. So, Ashley, where did Reptilia start as, and when did it become this?
So Reptilia actually started as a pet store.
Awesome.
So they were initially selling pets, like smaller animals, and then as bylaws were changing and bigger animals were coming in, they were taking those in and they transitioned into a zoo. Now we have expanded and evolved so much. We have 3 different locations in Whitby, Vaughan, and London.
That's awesome. And today we did the Viper or the VIP tour. Can you tell us a little bit about that? What does it entail?
Yeah, so our Viper tour is essentially a behind-the-scenes experience with larger animals. So we can see the big lizards, the crocodilians, the big snakes on that VIP tour.
Yeah, and if you have a chance or if you're in the area, definitely make sure you come down and check it out. And one more thing just about the animals, and we talked about this a little bit in this video, but most of these animals you were saying are actually rescues?
Yeah, so over 75% of the animals at all 3 locations are rescues or surrenders.
That's awesome.
I believe the number has actually gone up to about over 80% as well, because we've taken in so many over the past 2 years. So a lot of the animals that you're gonna see are gonna have a story about how they made their way here right to Reptilia.
That's awesome. A lot of them are coming from the pet trade as well.
Yeah, so they're gonna be surrenders, they're gonna be confiscations. Sometimes it's Ministry of Natural Resources finding things people shouldn't have. You name it, we'll have them even abandoned outside sometimes.
Yeah, so don't abandon your pets and don't keep big animals like this, because a lot of these animals are not made to be pets. They're made to be out in the wild and or in facilities that can handle them like Reptilia. We just finished Reptilia.
We did.
How was it?
10 out of 10.
Your first time feeding alligators?
My first time going to Reptilia in general.
Your first time going to Reptilia in general? Have you ever fed the sulcata tortoise before?
I've never even seen one.
Okay, so your first time seeing a sulcata tortoise, your first time feeding a sulcata tortoise, your first time playing with an Asian water monitor.
Yeah.
Your first time going to Reptilia.
And holding Mr. Pickles.
And holding Mr. Pickles, yes. So 10 out of 10?
10 out of 10.
And you would recommend people do it?
Definitely.
Okay, so we have a surprise for you guys. For the ones that are watching it now, if you're watching this at a later date, I apologize. This giveaway is only happening right now, but subscribe to the channel because there will always be more giveaways coming. So for those of you watching this as it's coming out, head to the Instagram. There is a giveaway for 1 lucky winner to come enjoy Reptilia. I won't give you the details here. You have to go to the Instagram at daffysreptiles. Maybe you will win a chance to do what we just did.
Do it. It's a lot of fun.
See? A lot of fun. Okay, and what else do we have to say?
If you like this video, let us know in the comments below. Give us a like, subscribe to the channel, and we'll see you on the next one.
Yes, we'll see you on the next one.